on our tour, what I like to point out is that this is the old sun porch of the mansion. It was enclosed in the 40s, I believe. You can see that they wallpapered over the old brick walls. This was the original entrance of the mansion. Right now it's just curtained off, but those were the stairs that led down to Federal. And when you look at the old pictures of the mansion, you'll see that the entrance went down to Federal. Then as guests came in here, they would come through the big oak doors, and of course everyone wanted their grand staircase to be seen first and foremost. So we've got the oak staircase, and this is the original staircase. These are the parlor rooms of the original mansion. So lovely to have. And so coming over here, actually where the restrooms are now, and those were added in '65, that was a kitchen. And in 1934, that is where they did the embalming. Quite often embalming, I have been told, was done in family kitchens. And I don't think there's a lot of terrible fluids that go with embalming, I have come to find out. Now you'll notice here, these are the original chapel doors that were put in, and consequently the crosses and that sort of thing. And as we come in here, this was the chapel added in '65. Up there, you see where they would, and I don't have the right word for this, not station the bodies, but lay out the bodies. So as we said to ourselves, my goodness, this is the perfect place to have a stage, just where they laid the bodies. We knew that if we could put in just one step, it would be high enough for the audience to see us, and yet close enough for us to be intimate with the audience. We are headed down to what was originally the Casket showroom of the mansion. Now I'd like to point out there are a few creepy things that we've put in lately in case some zombies show up. There they are, and let's go ahead and look through the shed window. Oh goodness, a skeleton. Oh dear. Oh hi. Hello, how are you? Yes, lots of creepy things. And then of course we'll find the dead body here. That's Leopold Adams himself. We do small shows down here. Right now all of the lights aren't on, so it doesn't have all of its pizzazz. But as I said, this is the original Casket showroom when they built the chapel in 1965. People would come down here, they would pick out the casket that they wanted, and then they'd be able to, and you can hear the people setting up upstairs right now, banging away on that floor. That's why when we do shows down here, we keep them kind of creepy, bangy kind of thing, because there might be noise from above. All right, now we're still in the newer section. I say new in the sense that it was built in 1965, but as we come in here, we'll see some of the dinner guys getting set up. Right over here was the embalming area, built in 1965. And again, embalming, I've been told, is really not that big of a deal. So they would prepare the bodies in here, and this is where we bring the meals in. 4 floors, this goes all the way up. Okay, so we're back to the grand staircase, and as we go up the stairs, I'd like to point out the original stained glass window that has been in the mansion since 1908. Many times when I go up these stairs, and I go up them several times a day, I think to myself, I wonder how many different people and how many fine ladies in their long dresses climbed these stairs. The woodwork and style of the building makes one think that it could have been built a little earlier than 1908, perhaps 1898, 1900, that kind of thing. But we know for sure that the building was in existence by 1908. In those years, this would have been the master bedroom. Now, I apologize, we've been putting some props together, and so they are on the table right now. But this was the original master bedroom of the house, the William Simpson mansion. Several other bedrooms are up here, but they've been turned into offices. Now this room was originally a bedroom of the mansion in 1908, but in 1934, this was turned into the kitchen. We have been told that in World War II, due to the shortage of housing, one family lived in this room and the master bedroom as an apartment. Another family lived on the west side in 2 rooms as an apartment. The Day family lived all over the mansion and ran the mortuary. And so there were 3 families living in the house at the time. Guess how many bathrooms they had? 1. This is the bathroom that was put in when plumbing was put into mansions. And we have redone the bathroom. We've put in a 1930s style floor. Now we're going to a very creepy and a little bit dirty part of the mansion, so get ready. As we ascend the stairs, watch out for the ghosts. The fellow who painted our building in 2016, we got a paint job outside. His name is David Martinez, and he had a dream that he needed to paint this room all red. He said, "Can I do that?" And I said, "Sure." This is the red room. These walls are paper thin. They're literally like almost just a step up from cardboard, and that's because in World War II, there were not a lot of building materials. So when Mr. Day wanted to build bedrooms for his kids, he just had to use kind of cardboard. Honestly, I'm not sure if there weren't bedrooms up here before World War II. Pat Day tells me, the woman who was born here in 1938, that her father built the bedrooms up here for she and her brothers. However, the servant staircase that comes all the way up to this level makes me wonder if there wasn't at least a sleeping quarter up here for one of the house servants. And of course, in those days, they probably would have been Irish and German, and I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't some sort of sleeping quarters up here.